Welcome back, everyone. It is time for Emily's Energy Corner. I just want to say the guest that was on the show today is Dr. Marianne Teitelbaum, and she has a book coming out in March titled Healing the Thyroid with Ayurveda. And she had so much wisdom that I think I'm going to track her down myself and go to her over the phone because she does phone consultations. So she was really beautiful and very forthcoming with information. And a lot of that information is not what we've heard before regarding the thyroid. So when that book comes out, mid-March, March 19th, I think, and you can pre-order now, that book is going to be worth all of our time to look over. So getting into Emily's Energy Corner, a lot of times I listen to the show and then kind of get the idea of what I want to talk about. But today I have a mission and a message to share that came from before the show, and I'm starting to see it in too many places. And I just think that I wish that we had, and I think we should, anybody could write down their own personal affirmations and have them in their mirror or on the wall. But I'm realizing that not enough of us hear on a daily basis how incredibly special we are and how wonderful we are and how hard we work in our life. And I'm finding that it's not just adults and it's not just children, it's both, that people are not hearing. When I look at people in general, but I look at certain people that I think are so uniquely magical and special, and they work so hard on their own craft, whatever it is, and yet their family or close people to them constantly are putting them down. And honestly, to be very blunt, this includes me. I hear stuff that, I was telling somebody the other day, my book just released in China. I was really excited. My book is in Chinese, and it came out at the end of July, and I showed it to somebody who's very close to me, and I said, can you believe it? Here's my book. It's coming out in China. And their answer was, yeah, but it's not like it's going to sell, right? I mean, it's shocking to me, the responses that not only have I, always heard and just kind of got desensitized to it, but yesterday I was listening to a person, they were just on Facebook, and they put it out there that they're so sad that as hard as they work in their life, they still hear that they're trash from their families. And it tore me to my core because it's not just her. It's not just me. I was talking to a mother today about her child and how incredibly kind she is. So I sent her a message saying, hey, can I call you real quick? Would you mind sending me your number? Because she said something so kind to my child. And I wanted to make sure that this mother knew that her child is really beautiful and special and speaks kindly, and that her child is making a difference, and that clearly that difference is coming from the parents. And I just wanted them to know that I appreciate it, and that I love that she spoke so kindly to my daughter, because she said to my daughter, I love you and I like you. What a special thing. My daughter's in kindergarten, and a little girl says to her, I love you and I like you. That's not something that little kids say unless they're taught to say that. And it came out last night at the dinner table. My two little girls were sort of tickling each other and getting on each other's nerves, and my kindergartner looked at her little sister and she said, I don't like to be tickled, but I love you and I like you. And we all stopped and froze, and I said, oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful thing to say. Thank you so much for handling it like that and for saying that. That was so kind. Where did you learn that? And she said from her friend at school, that her friend at school said that to her, that she said, I love you and I like you. So I felt it was really important to call her mom today, or to ask her mother if I could, and just share that with her, because what they're teaching her in their home is to love and to share love and to be a kind person. And it makes such a difference. And I never ever, if I'm part of seeing someone making a difference in the world, I got to make sure that it's reciprocated and that it's heard and that I acknowledge it. So, I could have just listened to it and thought, oh, that's really sweet. But you know what? When I called the mother today, it made her cry. People need to hear the good things in the world. People need to hear kind responses when someone works hard at something, whether you understand how much effort went into it or not. People need to hear really positive responses. And sometimes people share with you their own blessings and success because they want to hear something supportive. And maybe they're fishing. Who cares? Let them fish. There's not enough kindness right now everywhere around the world. But to think that people that are the closest don't give love in response is just, I can't tolerate it. So today's Energy Corner is about sharing that goodness. And I'm glad that I called the girl's mother today to tell her the wonderful things, because you know what? Too many people only call to talk about something that they want to complain about, or that your child bullied my child, or your child hurt my child's feelings. But the good things, they just slide right off the back. And that's it just doesn't help. And I want us all, if you're listening to me today, I want you to work on this week, and myself too, is to perpetuate the goodness in life. Give kindness to every person that you see. Don't be fake. Just give something that's real. If you think something good about someone, tell them. I've had that as a personal rule for a lot of years, that if I think something good about someone, I tell them. And I honestly, it's like one of my own personal sins if you think something kind and you don't share it, because what you share, that little thought that you had might change everything for them. They might actually go back and think. I can almost tell you certain people in my life that told me really nice things, because it changes who you are. We talk about cellular memory and the cells in our body and the tie to the emotion part that the cells have, but we don't talk enough about what you can do with the cellular memory through goodness and kindness and love and support. Not everything is about healing trauma. So I believe that in your body, you can actually access through your own body your joys that have been sitting in your body. And how many times have you put on a song that takes you back in time to something that made you feel so good or so happy, so jubilant, right? And it's just pulling the joy that's already in those tissues, that's already in the cellular memory, that's already in the muscle memory. It's sitting there waiting to be used and to be tapped into and to be accessed. And you can access your own joy from yourself. But even better than that, for this week, just try it. Give that joy to somebody else. Share that with everyone. When my friend posted on her Facebook post that she's, it still makes her so sad that her family treats her like trash or makes her think she is, I wrote on there and I said, you are beautiful and you are powerful and you are an amazing, sacred, special woman, and don't you dare let anybody tell you different. And for those of you that are listening, you are a valuable, beautiful, powerful, special, unique person. And your skill sets and your gifts are just specific to you. And your job is to figure out what to do with them and to use them and to do things that make you feel good. But no longer, don't put up with people speaking to you in a way that doesn't make you better. Because you know what? I don't want to be around people that are dimming my fire. I don't. I want to put out my best foot. This is why I'm very particular and protective with my space. Because I really don't want you around if you're not going to bring something of value to it. And it doesn't mean I need you for the connections or I need you for this. It's just that I want to feel good for being around you, or I'm probably not going to spend a lot of time around you. And I want people to feel good because I came around. I would hate for me to leave and someone feel less than because I was there. That just doesn't perpetuate the message and the motive in our life to treat people well and with kindness. So for this week, Emily's Energy Corner is all about spreading the kindness, spreading the goodness, spreading the joy. Make anything that you feel good towards someone, share it with them. Don't let anybody feel alone. And yourself too. So it does start with you. Write a little affirmation. Put a few next to your mirror that you are uniquely special and you are here with a purpose and you matter. Every single person, you matter. So this week, I give you so much love and I hope that you keep on sharing it. You guys have been listening to All About Healing, and we will see you back here next Wednesday. Shoot me an email, EmilyAFrancis@gmail.com. Have a great week, everybody.